Navigating the Vale nearby, an old man has much to do before he returns to Earth, dies, gets stuffed by his adopted yet biological daughter/granddaughter, and stuck in front of a fireplace. Taking priority at the moment is shipping 2 passengers long overdue for a reunion. CG. Troll John. See, this is a case in point. What point? The point I was just making about the ultimate riddle, you blithering, feculent shithole? Okay, that's your cue to laugh at me some more, I guess, because you seem to really get off whenever I flame you. Humans are deranged. Oh man, I must be getting closer to the conversations where you're trolling me harder. This is pretty exciting. I can't wait to see what you've got up your sleeve. You see what I mean? Fuck you about that. Anyway, you weren't making a point about the ultimate riddle, dude. Yes, I was, and now I'm losing my train of thought, dipshit. Nope, we never talked about it. Yet. Oh, hell, that's right. Damn it, I guess this is going to be confusing. Oh, you're just starting to figure that out now? See, I kind of painted myself into a corner. I started trolling you at the end just before the rift, and then I jumped back a little, and now I guess I've become railroaded into working backwards here, unless I want to do the sort of dumb jackass hopping around like the others. Oh my god, I know! You've already told me like 1,000,000 times. I have? Wow, I can't wait for all these amazing conversations to take place. It's going to be like that human vacation with the giant red chimney asshole up in there. You know, the one where a bunch of moany nooksuckers sing at a little pine tree, I think? Man, I've got to say, I'm a little disappointed by this masterful trolling you were bragging about. I was bragging? Why would I bother with that sort of pedantic human horse shit? Maybe you should consider that I was bragging to get your hopes up in the future, only to let you down, and thus troll you masterfully in that respect. Maybe, but that would be pretty weak too. Your brittle human calcium-brained skull is what is weak, and if you and I were in the proximity of a blunt instrument, I wouldn't have much trouble proving it. Whatever. So what was the case in point you were making anyway? I was scrolling back and noticed you were in the Vale. Whoa, I am? Yeah, dum-dum. You're tumbling around on a big goddamn meteor, and you just created younger versions of yourselves and your guardians, probably by mucking around with that thing like a doofus. Wait, these are baby versions of us? So clueless! What did you think you were doing there anyway? Well, I saw footage of my Nana and some other people who I'm pretty sure were like Jade's grandpa and Rose's mom and stuff from a long time ago. And then there were all these little guys scurrying around. So they're like cloned copies of us? No, they are literally you and your guardians. Paradox clones. Huh? What do you mean they are literally us? Do they go back in time? Yeah, obviously. Great guess, brain hero. But technically, they aren't even sent back in time because with respect to the medium, your universe's timeline is meaningless. Seriously, why would it give a crap about Earth's past or future or whatever? From its perspective, it's just a bunch of points to choose from. Just like your chronology is from our perspective. But I guess that's just a bunch of semantics. With respect to your personal chronology, yeah, they go back in time. A paradox clone is by definition a correctly cloned duplicate that will inevitably go back in time and become the original target that was cloned. If it's a malformed clone, it's just a meaningless mutant that has no bearing on the stable loop continuum. I don't see any tentacles or extra eyeballs or warped bone bulges, so those gross little things there are all you guys, waiting to go to Earth and grow up and become the insipid bunch of grub-fisted douchebags you all are now. And this is the point I was trying to make about the ultimate riddle. What is the riddle, anyway? Maybe I can guess. I am good at riddles. Ha ha ha! Think again, ignoramus. It's not even that great. or even much of a riddle at all. In the course of your adventure, you would have encountered all these fragments of like weird poems and shit. You find them along your quests, with clues and stuff buried in them to help you solve puzzles and move huge stone columns and make staircases appear and lots of nonsense like that. And it's all masked in this flowery, sort of frothy, poetic jackassery that no one really cares about. And I sure as hell don't care about spoiling it for you. But what all these lofty, symbolic allusions boil down to is some grander statement about what you see happening here. That you are always the key to seeding your own existence through this game. And any hope that it could have played out differently or that you could have avoided this whole mess was always just a ruse. A distraction, perhaps? What? Never mind. Because if it didn't go down this way, then how were you even born? Get it? Which is especially pathetic since Paradox Space apparently went to all this trouble to make you just to have you fail and die. Really, there's nothing more tragic than these null sessions full of kids entering the game and fulfilling some cosmic destiny shit just to get wiped out and leave behind an empty, pointless insifosphere for all eternity. Actually, it's sort of hilarious. Or it would be if it didn't affect me personally. But anyway, there's a lot more to the riddle than just that. Like what we were just talking about last time we talked. But that's sort of the gist of the themes it deals with. Okay, well, if I run into some salamanders who tell me about this riddle and get really excited about it, I will try to act surprised. So this is the same kind of thing you went through? With, like, being your own Paradox clones and creating your own parents and stuff? Yeah. How did that even work with 12 of you? It was really fucking complicated and I'm not going to get into it. Our family structures are already way more complicated than yours without even getting spooky time slime involved. Basically, we have nothing in common whatsoever, except maybe this. I was the guy in your position to make all these clones, and frankly, it all kind of freaked me the hell out. Huh. Yeah, I guess now that you mention it, I am finding it all a little strange. Oh, only just now? Fuck, you are fast. I hope you got the mad boon bucks to pay off those speeding tickets. No, I mean, the ghost stuff and paradoxes are one thing, of course. It's something else. It's just, this is really weird. What's so weird about it? Well, normally humans hatch from, like, these slimy pods, then we wriggle out as a little pink larva. Oh, really? Huh, maybe we have more in common than I thought. Maybe those really are mutant clones and they aren't going back to seed your planet? Sure. Hell, I'm confused now. Not that I give a shit about you and your pointless, awful lives. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you get back to me in a few minutes? I mean, like a few minutes of my time, not yours. All of these little pink monkeys are getting way out of line, and I have to tend to them. If you message me in a couple minutes, we can continue conversing in a sane, linear fashion for a change. Okay. And then after that, you can keep going backwards and then make fun of me riding my little red rocket. You can tell me I look like a silly little Paradox clone fresh out of my slime tube, and this is all just a big nursery time recess jamboree. That would burn me good. Okay, that is pretty good, but I can't use it because you said it. And then later, i.e. right now, you would get the satisfaction of knowing you were the one to come up with that burn. See, you are dealing with a pro. You can't out-troll me, so just forget about it and stop trying. John, tend to little pink monkeys. They're scrambling all over the place. They appear to be preoccupied by some of the objects littered around the lab. At least it is keeping them busy. Get trolled by CG again. Okay, it's a few minutes later. Look how sane and linear we are being. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Now fuck you and goodbye. Wait. What? I was just looking at all these rascals and I was wondering how they go back in time and become us and stuff. Does it have something to do with the reckoning? How do you know about that? You told me. We had this great dare going to see who could be the least helpful and informative. You totally lost, dude. You were hella helpful. I was obviously just spiting your stupid, pointless human dare. What is a dare anyway? It's nothing. Someone says do something and then, oh, laugh, laugh. You lose if you don't do it. That isn't anything that deserves a word. We don't even have a word for dare in our language. The closest approximation would be worthless fucking bullshit waste of time for silly little children. Oh, wow. Is that the title of a movie too? Yes, it's the title of every dumb movie you ever liked. That isn't even true and doesn't make sense. Anyway, how could we have made a dare if I'm moving backwards on your timeline? You would dare me to do something, then I would do it next time, but you wouldn't even remember the dare, because we didn't make it yet. That's what isn't true and doesn't make sense, you damn bag of puke. Well, yeah, the dare never happened. I was just joking around and made that up to give you a hard time. You have sounding stupid down to such a science. Where's your lab coat and test tubes, Dr. Brain Professor? I am wearing a lab coat. Sort of. You look like an elf. That's bullshit. You look like you should be blowing into a funny little shell and limbering up for a silly cookie dance. Do you even have elves? Yes. Let's compare which fantasy creatures that don't exist we both do or don't not have. What a great fucking idea, John. What? You asked about the reckoning, so why don't we talk about that instead of those pretty much terrible things? Okay. Yeah, so when the reckoning starts happening, all these paradox clones get shipped off to meteors, flung through sky and defense portals, and sent back to Earth. End of story, I guess. Bye. Wait, so that means we are all sort of like Superman? Yeah, I guess. Cool. You all trace the mythological footsteps of your beloved human Superman who's really just a muscular Caucasian alien. It's hilarious how humans worship him as a pinnacle of human heroism and virtue, but he isn't even human. Actually, it's incredibly pathetic, but also in a way kind of admirable because it means deep down you all must realize who your daddy is. We are, bitches. Yeah, Superman is pretty cool, I guess. Did you know Nicolas Cage was almost going to play Superman one time? Oh my throbbing phlegm lobe! Who gives a barfing fuck about that? John Egbert, you have assassinated my patience. Adios, loser. Wait! Get back to me in a couple minutes, okay? Fine!